You're very welcome, friends, once again. In continuation of the reinforced concrete slab design, we are going to be providing a span line as well as labeling of the rebars successfully. Okay, so the Protect company structural template will have a very important use in this section of the reinforced concrete slab design system. And so we are going to be referencing the existing details slab to be able to get this done as fast as possible. And so I want to urge you to get this template so you can follow us very fast as we make progress into the lesson. Let us get started. So here we stop in the last lesson of the reinforced concrete slab detailing. So if you check very well, we notice that we omitted a top bar here. So what we just need to do is to copy this one. Okay, we pick copy right there from this point and then take it here, just like this. Okay, so we have a top bar and as well as bottom bar in all the provisions as it's supposed to be successfully. Okay, so we also need a top bar here. Okay, just as we provided it here. So what we need to do, okay, since the provision here is the same thing as the panel there, all right, this panel and that one is the same. So what we need to do, we are just going to mirror this way, like this, click, and then no options, get this selected, and then hit on the move this to this point, just like this. All right, now we want to be providing the rebars span line so as to produce labels successfully. So we come over to this existing design of reinforced concrete slab, just as we've seen. I want to be explaining, if you check very well, you'll be seeing some letters, like this 25, you see another 25 here, you see 18 here. I will be explaining what this meant shortly. Okay, so what I will do here is, this is what we call, this one is what we call the rebars span line. We call this rebars span line. Okay, you can also call it core line. All right, so what we are going to be looking at, we will be copying this. So I will get this copied, selected, get this one selected, and then select the main line. I'll pick it from here, and then I'll take it to this one, place this here, just like this. All right, so after having this, after I must have placed this just like this, if you check very well, the layer is the same thing as the beam layers. Okay, so that will not be nice. I will get this layer selected so as to change the layers to any other layers that is more visible. So I can decide to use this one or I use this, just like this. Okay, so this particular top bar here will be spanning, it is going to be spanning this 7,525 millimeters. So I will be taking this terminator, I'll move this terminator from this point to this point, just like this. Okay, so it's supposed to stop here, but due to the extension of the bottom bar across this panel, we will have to move this across the panel. So we are moving it from this point to this point, just like this. Okay, then the next terminator is going to start from this point where my cursor is. So I will be using this one, or I can decide to mirror this one. So I can just get this one highlighted just like this, and then hit on the mirror found on the modify panel, pick this point, take it back just like this, and then I click on the no options to have it like this. Then I will still copy this from here, and then I'll take it to this point just like this. For this line, the span line, I'm going to extend it over up to the last beam here, this one, click there. Okay, so I will continue to copy and paste the terminator, this one, along the line. along the span line. So I will get these two selected since the spacing or the span of the beams are the same. So I will just have to copy that, getting the two tabulator selected. I'll click there, I'll click here, just like this. So you'll be having something of this kind. You can see there is no breakpoint on this, so I will need to add that successfully. So I'll pick this line, copy this from this point, take this to this other point and place it here. All right, so I will now need to get this selected again, after which I select this one and then I do the copy from this point to this point. Then I will take it to this point. All right, just like this. I'll take it to this other point. Then I will as well take it to this point, place it here. Then extend this terminator from this point to this other provisions, just like this. Okay, so having gotten this, I will placing a circular mark point to tell you that it is this top bar that will be spanning from this terminator to this terminator. So I will go back to the existing detail slab. I'll copy this marked point. Over here, I will place it on this one, like this. You can decide to hash this. For instance, if I want to hash this, I will go to hash right there. In the hash editor, like this, I will use solid. I will select inside of this, just like this. You can see. Click on the close hash creation to get this done. So I can now copy this from this point. I'll have it here. I'll also have it here as well. I will have it here. Mind you, we are trying to detail or label the top bars. Okay, we're trying to label the top bars right away. So we get the lines across all the top bars that are in the panel successfully. So we'll now get another line that will now have to call this point out up to this extent. Let us match the property to this, like this. Okay, so after which we'll go back to this label. Just copy one of these labels. We are dealing with top bar, so we can just use this. Copy one of this label, just like this. Take it to these provisions and then place it here. All right, so this is one of the things the templates help us to actually carry it out. So you don't need to now be writing all of this together. You just have to copy from the existing detailed slab system to fast track the one you are doing successfully. So you just have to get this template. If there's any question, you can drop it at the comment section. Let us proceed. So we want to know the number of this in each of these panels. All right, the number of this in each of these panels. So this one now, if you check the slab detail from Protastructure, you will notice that the spacing is 250 millimeter. But we wouldn't use 250 millimeter. For our top bar, we are going to be using 200 millimeter spacing. Okay. Then for our top bar, we are going to be using 150 millimeter spacing. And for the bottom bar, we'll be considering 200 millimeter spacing successfully. Alright. So we have this span to be 7.525. So we are going to be dividing 7.525 by this spacing, which is 150. I will activate a calculator just like this, and then I will key in 7.525 divides 150, just like this, equals. So you will be having 50 of that spanning within this 7.525 length. Okay, so what you just need to do now, since this is spanning between here and here, supposed to span between 7.525 and 1.7. Okay, so I'm supposed to sum this and this, okay, before I will not divide. Okay, so I will cancel this and then I will key in again 7.525 plus 1.7. 725 equals. I'm having 9,250 millimeter, so I will divide that by 150 millimeter spacing equals. So I'm having 61, okay, approximately 62. All right, so I'll be having 62. So I will now come to these provisions. I want to copy this, the whole of this. Then I'll take it all the way to these provisions, the end point of this. So the total number of the spans of this top bar, the total number of this top bar spanning from this point to this point is 62. So I will have 62 here, just like this. Okay, so the next thing I will be considering is to get the total number of top bar, this one that will span from this point to this point, which we have calculated to be 50 last time. Okay, so I will have to copy this and take it to these provisions, just like this. I'll place it here, double click on this, I will double click on this, and then I will have 50 here. Okay, so the same spacing we have in all of these provisions. So all of the panels, longer directions are the same. So I will just have to copy this 50 and then I'll paste it all over these provisions, and then I'll paste it here as well. Yeah, okay. So I'll also paste it here. All right. Then I'll come all the way, paste it here. All right. So this time around we're having this plus this, the same thing we are having in this provision. So it's going to be 62. Okay. So you just have to copy 62 from here, take it over to these provisions and place it here. All right. So this number now is the number of this top bar that was spanned from this grid line A9 to grid line A11 successfully. Okay, so let us sum up all of these numbers now that we have. Okay, so we are having 50, 100, 150, and then we have 200. Okay, this one make it 200, this is 250. All right, we have 250 right there, and then we have 62, 62, which is 124. All right, 124 plus 250, we should be having up to some amount of this. So let's just use our calculator to get the accurate number of that. Okay, so we have 250 just like this plus 124 just like this equals, we have 374 numbers of top bar that we spanned from this point to this point. So you come over to these provisions and then you double click right there, you give it the number. What was it? 374. So we'll be having all together to be 375. Mind you, it was 74, but we'll make it 75. The additional one is for the sake of unforeseen circumstances or off-cut. Okay, so that additional one will serve for the off-cut in the process of constructions or fabrications successfully. Then we will now have to change the spacing to be 150, which was what we calculated. Then the label is top, so it's supposed to be 150. Then you should have C/C. This simply means center to center. All right, so the white wave is the diameter of the rod. So for the bar mark, we are supposed to have it as 0.1, just like this. So this is how you make changes and edit the existing label that you will found in this Protect Company template successfully. I will have to extend this to that point. So we have successfully labeled the top bar along this direction successfully. So the next thing we will be looking at to label is the bottom bar. This one is the bottom bar. So we are going to be calling all of the bottom bar just the way they are. All right, and then bring them out and label it just like this. So for us to make it as easy as possible, we will have to just select this existing span line that we have for the top bar. So we can just move it away as we place it over the bottom bars, and then we recalculate and label everything successfully. So just follow the way I'm doing it. Okay, because this is the standard way of presenting reinforced concrete slabs details. Okay, so I will highlight this one and as well highlight this. I will also highlight all of this and this one. Okay, the last one, this one. Okay, So after which we will just have to click on the copy right there. So we copy this right away from this point. Let's just take it to this point here, just like this. You can shift your hands a little bit here to ensure that it doesn't coincide with any line so as to obstruct it. Make sure your hand is straight. Click there, just like this. Okay, so after having this done, now this number will not be the same with this, okay, because we have made change to the spacing of the bottom bar. We say the spacing of the bottom bar in the distribution direction is going to be 200 millimeters. So we have to activate our calculators, and then we will change 75 to 5. This is going to divide 200, which is the spacing of the bottom bar. All right, so we have 37.6, approximately 38 successfully. So you come to these provisions and edit this just like this to 38. Okay, the same thing applicable to this. We have 50. So since this spacing has been changed, so we will, sorry, this is supposed to be, we did not add this 1.725, so we need to add that up. So take note, this one we have is 37. Okay, so we are going to be replicating this 37 here in this provision. So I can just right click, get this one, highlight it, and change it to 38. We'll get back there to change that value successfully. I want to copy this, then I'll come to this provision where I have 50, and then I will have to just paste it right there, because it is the same value we are having here. So I will just have to paste that like this. So over here now, we are considering plus 1.7 something. Okay, so come over to these provisions, activate the calculator, and then just have to erase all of that. Key in 7525 plus 17 plus 1725, just like this, equals, divide this by 200. Okay, equals, and then you have 46 right there. So over here where we have 38, we are supposed to have 46. Yeah, so you get it to be 46 like this. So come over here as well, it's the same length, so we'll be having 46 just like this. Okay, after which we will copy this mark. This is mark, pick that successfully, and then you are to play this to mark the bottom bar that the span line is actually calling out. Okay, just like this, just like this. Okay, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so we have called that line successfully. What we need to do now is we are going to sum up all of this. Okay, we have 38 into how many? We have 38 into 4. Okay, we have 38 into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 38 into 4 plus this 38 into 5. So you activate the calculator and you do 38 multiplied by 5 equals. So we have 190. So 190 plus 46 equals, you have 236 plus another 46. We have 282. All right. So what we'll be having is 283. We add 1. Okay, for the sake of cuts during fabrications. So we're having 283, 283, just like this. So the back mark now is going to be changed to 02. The spacing is going to be changed to 200 instead of 150. Spacing center to center, and then it's going to be B for bottom. Okay, so we have called that rebar successfully. The next one we are going to be calling now is this top bar that is at the center beam. So we do the same thing. We just have to copy copy this just like this. If there's anything you don't understand, you just have to drop a question at the comment section. Successfully, I will attend to your questions. Okay, so don't forget to like and as well subscribe if you are yet to subscribe to Soft Reason channel. Successfully, for we take our time to explain civil engineering designs so as to help grow the young engineers worldwide. I want to get all of this selected just the way I'm doing. Okay, I'll also select it right from here. So after which I'll just have to hit on the copy right there. Then I will pick this line, take it to this place. Because I'm calling the top bar, I'll place it there. So I can also move these lines to some other bars that I'm going to call, like this bar. I'm going to call this one. This is A. This is another bottom bar. Okay, so I will call it. I'll place it here, or I'll move my hand towards the directions to place it here, just like this. Okay, and I'll also call this top bar, this one. I place it there. All right, I will also call this top bar that is by the corner here, this one. So I will make sure my hand is straight. I click here, just like this. All right, so over to this one. So this is more or less, it is going to take the number of this top bar because it is spanning through the same length. So all we just have to do here is this. We will be changing this 46 to 62. So just have to double click right there, change the 46 to 62. Okay, over here we will just have to copy this 50 because it is the same span and it is also the same spacing. So the calculation, the simple arithmetic is the same. I'll paste that right there. I will also paste 50 right here. Okay, I'll change this 38 to 50, just like this. I'll also change this 38 to 50, just like this. Change this 38 to 50. All right, then over here I will have 62, just the way I have it there. So just like this. Okay, so there is no need, there may be no need calling this again. You just have to copy this to this place, just like this. It is the same top bar. The only thing you have to now change is bar mark to 03. The purpose of bar mark has to do with the length of the rebars. So the length of these rebars is different from this one. Okay, so that is why we are having different bar mark. Okay, so that is what bar mark means. Okay, so the same value will be having here as well because it is the same length. All right, and it's crossing through the same length and the same axis. So we just have to copy this as well to this place. All right, then you change this to 62. 62 number, just like this. And this one, we are going to make it 50. 50, change this to 50 as well. All right, change this to 50 as well. On this, you change it to 50 as well. Okay, then this is going to be 62, just like this. Okay, so for the bottom bar that is cutting across these opposite directions, it's going to be the same thing with this one. Okay, it's going to be the same thing with this one. So this one, you see, this is for the top bar, and we are having 38. Okay, 38. So we are supposed to be having 38. The same thing here. Okay, so what we also need to do now is to copy the mark point, so that we can be able to place it on this. This is supposed to be having this mark point. So you have to be careful so that you will not make a unnecessary mistake. Okay, just like this. All right, and then you place the mark there to show that it is calling actually that bar in that directions. The same thing applicable to this one. Okay, you should be having a mark just like this. Okay, you have to be extra vigilant while doing this so as to avoid unnecessary mistake. Okay, so we must have finished marking that top bar. Over to this bottom bar, we have to also mark this just like this, that point, and you mark this point, that point as well, this point. Okay, so for the bottom bar in these directions, we have to change the value we have in here to the value we are having here, because it is the same span directions. Okay, but at first let us place the mark on this first, like this, just like this. Okay, just like this, you place this and this successfully. Then for the value here, we are supposed to be having 62, just like this. Then the rest is supposed to be 50, 50, and 50. Okay, 50 here. You also have 50 here. You also have 50 here. You have 50 here. You replace this 38 with 50. Okay, then this last value is 62. Okay, all right. So having done that in the horizontal directions, we will be going the vertical direction. So for us to do that, just the same thing we did, we just have to we can copy a line that goes in the vertical directions from here, like this line goes in the vertical directions. So we can just copy this arrow right here, then pick this other arrows right here, just like this. Okay, I think these two arrows are okay. I now picked it from this point. I'll try to place it here. At first, I will be calling this top bar, so I'll place it here. So you cut across this top bar. Then for the terminator, I will be moving this close to this beam here. So that is the span. It is spanning from this point to this point, meaning this top bar is spanning from grid line A20 to grid line A15 successfully. Alright, so I will just have to copy this terminator from here, take it up all the way to this place and place it here. Then mirror this. No option. Select this. M on the keyboard to move it. This is where this bar is spanning between here and here. So just to copy this mark point, to be able to mark this, and as well mark this successfully, just like this. Okay, so after which I will change the property of the span line. I'll just take this as the source and this the destinations, just like this. Okay, so I will now have to extend this out just the way it is. It is a top bar, so we will be having this value very close like this to these provisions. Then I will also copy it and take it to these other provisions and place it here. So what we'll be doing now is we get to know the span from this point to this point. the length is 7,100. So top bar spacing is 150. Bring up a calculator. 7,100 divided 150 equals. So I'm having 47. So I can decide to take this to be 48. Just like this. Alright. Then for this one, the length is 4225 divided by, it is going to be divided by 150. 4225 divided 150, just like this, equals. So you'll be having that to be 28. So 28 now plus the original value we have right there, which is, what do we have? Which was we have this is it, 48 plus 48, okay, equals 76. Okay, so what do we have here? We just have to at first copy one of the top bar here and then take it up here. Mind you, this the grid line is too distance from here, so we can't select it individually and then be able to adjust it closer to the building plan by using this stretch. So you pick that, zoom closely, pick this point, then take it down just like this. Alright, so all has been brought down a little. So select this, you can use rotate to turn this way, and on the keyboard to move this closer, just like this. Select this and take it down a little bit. Move this one closer to the line, like this. Okay, so the number that we have, like the total number is 76. So you double click right here and key in 76, and it is white wave we are considering. This time around, we'll be considering the bar mark. We'll be considering here. We have already gotten bar mark 1, 2. Here supposed to be 3. Okay, that is not well arranged, so you have to change the bar mark accordingly to 3. This one is going to be bar mark 4. Alright, this is going to be 5 and 6. We have not labeled these two, but we are supposed to copy this. It's the same bar but different bar mark. So the bar mark here will be different from the bar mark here. This is for the bottom bar, the same bottom bar we have here. So you can just copy this up to this point and place it here like this. Okay, the length are not the same, so the bar mark must not be the same. This is supposed to be 5, and then this other one will be 6, just like this. So I believe what we have done so far, I've really explained how you can detail your reinforced concrete slab successfully. So we have done detailing in the horizontal directions. Now we are going towards the vertical directions, which you can see we have already called the top bar in the vertical directions successfully, and this is going to be bar mark 7, since we have gotten bar mark 6 already.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth, put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give, don't ask questions, shut your lips.